everybody. How is everybody doing tonight? Got Sampson Farm here, two-family homestead. How's everybody doing? Okay, not everybody talk at once. I think some other people had decided to go live tonight, so it may be a little slow, which I got a lot of stuff to show tonight. So hopefully others will come in. So if y'all don't mind, share this out. I wanted to talk about Saturday's celebration. And hopefully the notification will go out here pretty quick that I went live. I know YouTube's notification system has been kind of wonky as well. So come back in 2 minutes. I'm not that much too early, am I? Oh, I guess you're right. I am 2 minutes early. My bad. Well, we can sit here and talk a minute. How you been, Nathan? It has been okay. Don't say that. I don't believe you. That's like the little boy that's cried wolf. It says that my mic is working just fine. So I had a really exciting day today. I saw the Blue Angels. They flew right over my head. I know you saw the video. That was really, really cool. I haven't seen them since I was a kid, so that was a lot of fun. And it's nice to see Facebook full of everybody talking about that. Nobody's fighting, no political, no nothing. It was just everybody locally talking about the Blue Angels. So that was really cool. What's the Black Knights? Is that an army branch or? I can hear Keith's back there in his youth meeting. So I'm done here. Thank you, Crystal. I'm glad you made it. Crystal had some oral surgery and Sherry had some surgery today. So I have my two recovering patients in here in the live today. I sure appreciate y'all being here. I think Naked Gardener decided to go on at 6 today, so that may have taken some people away. And that's okay. I mean, I realize that these lives get busy and oh, okay. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, my dad used to take us to see the Thunderbirds and the Blue Angels and all that stuff when I was a kid. He's a retired airman, and so it was really cool to see them. I mean, I saw the underbelly of the plane. That's how close it was to us. So it was a really cool experience today. I did. I posted all over social media. But you know how that goes. So, but if you want to share it, Crystal, I'd appreciate it. You know, when bigger channels do impromptu lives like that, there's not a lot you can do. Hey, Pat, P. Quinn, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. I've got some stuff. I wanted to show my garden tonight. I was really excited. My little sunflower decided to finally bloom today. Guys, let me tell you what. I was really, really excited. I'm going to show this, if I can do this right. All right, looky here. How cool is that? This is my little marigolds, but look, my little sunflower finally bloomed today. Is that not so pretty? I only have one. I planted this sunflower in January by seed. It's my first sunflower ever. My little marigolds here are, I did not plant those from seed. Those are store-bought, but I was trying to attract some pollinators. So they're store-bought, but my sunflower I planted by seed. So I was really excited about that. So hey, Michelle P. Hey, Rebecca. Hey, Gemini Homestead. Thank you for coming, sweetie. Nice to see you in here tonight. I am so proud of my little garden. You know, I had a garden as a kid, but this is the first garden I've ever grown on my own. So I wanted to talk tonight about, even if you live in an apartment, you can grow something. Good to see you too, hon. And so I was going to show a few more little pictures here. Here is my other little. All right. Look at this tomato plant. Can you believe all the tomatoes? Yes, I said tomato. That is on this one tomato plant. This is another tomato. Can y'all see my mouse here? This is another tomato plant beside it. It's got blooms on it. It hadn't started producing yet, but I've been self-pollinating. Though I did see a bee today. And this over here, look, I've got a jalapeno. This is the jalapeno plant that I wintered this winter in the house. I planted this thing from seed from a jalapeno I got from the grocery store. So, you know, people talk about all the time that like up in Michigan and stuff, that they can't find seeds. Hello, folks. Can you buy a jalapeno plant from the store? Can you buy a bell pepper plant from the store? Well, harvest those seeds, you know. This is from a store-bought jalapeno that I got the seeds out of it. And look, I got a jalapeno. And this thing is loaded with jalapenos right now. So I'm really excited about this. All right, one more plant for you. This is my squash plant, and this is my green bean plant that I'm growing up around that sunflower plant. I've got 3 green bean plants. I've also got some black-eyed peas that they're not near this big, but I've got some green beans growing as well. And this is, and over here and back here that you can see is also my okra plants that I've got growing. That's in oh, and this is a cucumber plant that I've got to get a trellis on here pretty quick because it's got all these little tentacles growing, and I've got to get it away from my squash plant. But these are all in cloth grow bags, guys. You know. All right, let me hide that. Get my comments back over here. Hey, Shayla. So, I mean, I'm no garden expert. This is my first year container gardening. Used to, I killed more plants than I produced. I have some purple hull black-eyed peas, and I've got another tomato plant out here outside my window. It's a Dr. Witchy's. I know that's not right. That's what Jess from Roots and Refuge called it. So that's what the rest of us call it. And so there you go. I've got that growing out here. It's getting pretty big. I've got a scorpion pepper plant growing. And I'm probably going to try to put some more stuff in the ground. I'm going to try to get some zucchini going as well. Hey, KBL, how are you doing tonight? So I would challenge anybody, and I've got a ton more tomato plants that's up here on my porch that I've got to get in grow bags that I'm going to try to do a little bit of succession growing. So I would challenge anybody that says, I don't have enough space. You can make some space, because I have zero space. I had one of the maintenance guys come up. Absolutely. I had a maintenance guy come up to me this morning. I'm going to give him some banana pepper plants. And he's like, I come by every day and just admire what you've done out here. And he said, it is so neat. He said, most people got some flowers and stuff in pots. He said, but you are growing food. And he said, I listened to him talk on the TV about food shortages and stuff. And he said, but you're growing food out here. And he said, I am so impressed that you've done this. He said, you're pretty sunflower and all this stuff. He said, how long did it take the sunflower? And I said, well, I started in about January, in the house. And he said, that's just really neat that you've done all this. Hey, Driftless Acres, thank you for coming. Oh, thank you, Shayla. So I would just encourage anybody that, oh, look, Shayla, what I got today. It just showed up. I mean, like minutes before the live started. So I'm literally opening it up. You'll have to teach me how to use this stuff. Under Shayla's, I probably got the wrong thing, but this is liquid earthworm casting. Is this not the tiniest bottle you've ever seen? Did I get the right thing, Shayla? Hey, Naked Gardener, how are you, sweetie? Thank you for coming in. This is like, I hope I got the right thing. I went on, Shayla was like, that's the best thing you can put on your tomatoes and stuff. But it is like the tiniest bottle I've ever seen in my life. So I hope I got the right thing. I know it's diluted. It says it's diluted. So you're going to have to help me, Shayla, in mixing this stuff up. So we'll talk later. Oh, good. I got the right one. Shayla, listen. Shayla at Making Lemon from Lemonades. No, Making Lemonade from Lemon. See, I'm dyslexic and I always say her name backwards. She is the container gardening queen. She has been a wealth of information for me. If I have a question, I'm like, I call Shayla or Marco, or I don't call her. I Marco or Shayla. I have a question. She has babied me through this process because, and she has just been a wealth of information for me. And for real, she has just been. Thank you for that, because if you have a question on container gardening, she's got an answer for you, because I mean, my dad always has done in-ground gardening and all that stuff, but I've actually inspired my dad, who hasn't done a garden in years, even though he lives on the old farm, the 15-acre farm. I've inspired him to do bucket tomatoes, and he's got stuff growing in buckets too. So it's been really neat to get him inspired to grow a garden as well, and a container garden, and they're getting chickens, and so it's been really neat to get him excited about gardening again. And I've called Daddy and said, "Hey, Daddy, guess what?" And showed him, and so, hey, Nestle and C, how are you, honey? Um, so, but it's just it's all inspiring. Now, I will say this. It is nice. And my dad turned 75 this year. But to watch him get excited about something, that he is he was man, that man has a green thumb. He planted a pear tree this year. He's planted corn. He planted tomatoes. He planted okra. He planted all this stuff that he hasn't done. We used to have over an, I want to say half an acre garden. And then my granddad, of course, was a farmer. He was a black-eyed pea farmer. I mean, he had fruit trees and he had all kinds of stuff as well, but he had like 20 acres worth of black-eyed peas that he grew every year and would do market gardening. So, or farming, but to watch my dad get excited for the first time in a long time has been really cool. So, and that's what I told him. I said, when I get back up to North Texas, Daddy, that's what I wanted us to do, raised bed gardens. I said, we're all too old to even consider doing in-ground gardening anymore. He's had a back surgery and I've got a screwed up back. I said, but we could do container gardening, Daddy, and raised beds, make them high enough that none of us need to get down on the ground. We're all too beat up and broke up and all that stuff. But he's built them with chicken coop, and my mom had gotten sick, and so they didn't get them any chickens, but they're going to see if they can't barter for some chickens to get them some chickens going. But, just to watch them kind of get excited about this kind of stuff again has been really, really cool. Yeah, and I think that's what they'll end up doing as well. So, just to kind of watch, and he's needed something to kind of piddle with, plus it keeps him kind of out of mama's hair. You know what I mean? Men like old Texas men, they need something to piddle with. Heck, I need something to piddle with. Exactly. KBL, you get it. Old Texas men need something to piddle with. Old Texas women need something to piddle with too. You understand what piddle is. Oh, but I was telling the folks that were here at the beginning of the show, today the Blue Angels flew over Conroe, and my husband and I were waiting in line at Arby's that was entirely too long because D at Naturally and C come on Marco, and she's like, I'm waiting in line at Arby's for €1. And I'm like, man, that sounds good. She was a commercial and a half. And I'm like, I haven't had €1 in forever. D, I didn't even eat a whole one. I've had a gastric sleeve, okay, and it's like I ate about 5 bites of it. It was great. It tasted wonderful, but I ate about 5 bites. It was kind of pathetic. Sherry and I probably could have shared one. Well, not today. It was really good, but yeah, it's kind of a waste of money for me. But anyway, so squirrel. We're sitting there, and I kept watching because I knew they were coming. The Blue Angels flew right over our car. I looked up and I could see the underbelly of the planes. Guys, let me tell you what. Talk about the American spirit. My heart swelled up and I got emotional. It was, my daddy is a retired airman, and he used to take us to see him when I was little. And I mean, oh gosh, you can ask the guys I am friends on Marco with. I was like just a mess. I was a mess because it was just the most beautiful thing. I think it was just so pretty. Um, because they're doing this for the medical workers and stuff. And there's the hospitals in the woodlands, so they had already dropped altitude. And literally, guys, right over my head, I could see the underbellies of the plane, and it was just a beautiful sight. And it just, we've been through so much crap the last couple of months, and it was just like, at that moment, we're all Americans, and it was like, oh, hell yeah. You know what I mean? It was just proud to be an American at that moment. Don't matter your political stance. None of that matters at that moment. We're all Americans, and it was just a great feeling. That's right. That's right, Sydney. Go Air Force. My daddy served proudly in the United States Air Force, and my grandfather, my dad's or my mother's dad was Army Air Force, before it was tell me what it was called. I always say it wrong. He was in the Air Force before it was called the Air Force. Well, hey, my dad's dad was in the Army, and he was a Bronze Star medal recipient, so I can say go Army as well. But I will always have a special love in my heart for airmen, because my daddy's a retired airman. Army Air Corps. Yes, thank you. I always say it wrong. I can't ever get it right. So I have a long generation of airmen in my family. But he would take us up to Shepherd Air Force Base in Wichita Falls to see the Thunderbirds and the Blue Angels and all that stuff. So it was always really cool. Give a little history, Sydney. He was in Taiwan, in Vietnam, and packed parachutes is what my dad did. So, hey, Built on a Rock, how are you, sweetie? And then my grandfather was actually a boxer in the Army Air Corps, and he never went overseas during World War II because they used him basically for entertainment. But he was a Texas state champion boxer, and he was so good that he got to box during his entire tour in the military. So, but he was a little 5'0" Spitfire boxer and used to kick everybody's butt. That's awesome, Sydney. Yeah, my granddad was a short little man, but boy, he was a Golden Glove Texas state champion. Yep, that's awesome. I'll have to get Mom to send me some pictures, and I'll share them with you. That's awesome. But anyway, so how is everybody's gardens going? Where are y'all at right now? I know North Carolina has been, well, and Ohio too, has been getting some weird winter weather. How crazy has the weather been through all this? I mean, it's Southeast Texas has had thunderstorms as well. I am so, knock on wood, lucky that my garden's on the south side of my house, on my apartment, and it's up against my apartment, so it's somewhat protected. Oh, Highland Homestead. So when is your planting season? I bet it's still kind of winter there, isn't it? KBGL, KBL, where are you at? Remind me where you're at. Hey, Sunny's Place, how are you? End of May. Okay. Yeah, it's hot down here. It was rather nice today, but it's been warm. I think it's supposed to be cool off and be relevantly nice. But yesterday was in the 90s, and I have been having to water my plants like twice a day because it's been hot. And because I can water first thing in the morning, and by evening my plants look a little rough. So I don't water a ton, but I've been kind of watering lightly morning and night during these 90-degree days. Hey, J Love's Adventures, how you doing, Jessica? And hoping I'm not overwatering, but it's been like 90 degrees. So I don't do it if it doesn't get over 90 degrees, but Sydney, your thumbnails were hilarious, by the way. That you two are some brave souls. That's all I gotta say. You would not catch me doing that. But you two are a lot cuter than I am, so kudos to you, my friend. Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm gonna fixing to move my cucumbers over here. It's more shaded, and because I'm afraid that they're gonna struggle. And like I said, I'm not drowning them heavy watering, but just kind of light watering in the morning and then light watering in the evening because I've noticed that when it gets over 90, um, they need extra water. They were great thumbnails, dude. You don't want to see this without clothes on. I guarantee you. Yeah. You two y'all looked awesome. This, no. Okay. So we got 15 people in here. I wanted to share something really quick. Well, I got y'all's attention. All right, Saturday at 9:30. What's on the plate, Mama Z? We are doing my 700 sub giveaway, and y'all are invited. It's not going to be my typical what's on the plate. We probably will put some stuff together. I'll probably do some snack stuff, but it is going to be mainly a 700 sub giveaway party. We'll do some party food or something. I'm going to have prizes. I'm going to be giving away some t-shirts. I'm going to be giving away a couple of gift cards. It's going to be a big deal because I did hit 700 this week. So to qualify for the giveaways, I need y'all to comment on the video, the canning sausage video. So if one of my mods could go grab the link to that video, don't leave my chat now, but you need to comment on that video. And I didn't pre-warn them about that, so I apologize. Okay. Sherry, honey, I am so sorry. Yeah, That's what I'm trying to do, Shayla, because I'm just waiting, trying to do it when it cools off in the evenings and first thing in the morning. It's what I went on 90 plus days. And then I'm going to move my cucumbers over here where it's a little bit more shaded. And sharing word, and you probably already know this, I'm preaching to the choir, but don't wait until you're hurting so bad that you can't stand it before you take your pain medicine, because then it's harder for that pain medicine to work. Correct the nurse in the room. Dee's a nurse, but I know a thing or three about chronic pain. So just don't wait till the pain's so bad you can't stand it before you take your next pain med, at least for the next couple of days. So take it before you're hurting so bad you can't stand it. Because if you wait, then it's harder to work. That's right. See, I know a thing or three, right, Dee? Hey, Mountain Trail, thank you for coming tonight. I was a certified nurse's aide at one time. Long time ago. I wanted to be a nurse at one point in my life, but I'm a dyslexic, and when I don't even know if they still do this or not, but back in the day, you had to pass a spelling test, and they would give you words that were that long, 5 of them, I think it was 4 or 5 of them, and say, find the correct spelling. I'm a dyslexic, guys. And if you have 5 words and they tell you pick out the correct spelling of words that were that long, you know how hard that is for a dyslexic to do? I would pass I would even pass the math part of that stupid LVN test. It's what they call it, Texas LPN. Couldn't pass it. Could not pass that darn test. And it was frustrating because there's nothing wrong with my intelligence. I mean, I have a relevantly high IQ. I've been tested multiple times, but because of the dyslexia, I could not pass the spelling aspect of that stupid test. I don't think they do that anymore. There's not a spelling part of that test, but it was very frustrating. Hey, Dave, how are you, my friend? So it was very frustrating for me. So, but, it wasn't meant to be. Kind of glad now. I mean, life went on and I worked out the prison for 12 years and now I work for a church. So there you go. And I do YouTube. So, and I'm, talking about, reaching 700. I am so excited. My goal, I would really love to hit 1,000 by my 1 year mark. The other thing that I'm really striving to do is to get as close to my 4,000 watch hours as I can in my 1 year mark. If you're someone who likes to run channels, I have an all watch list. If you want to throw me on in the background and run me, I would so appreciate it. That would be so incredibly helpful. I don't foresee myself making a ton of money at YouTube, but this is something that I am passionate about. I put a lot of work and effort in honing my skills, and I'm passionate about what I do and what I put out on YouTube, and I want to get better at. I hope y'all can see that I've been really working on my thumbnails and getting my thumbnails better, and my content, how I film, how I'm doing stuff. I'm always a student. I'm kind of obsessive about learning and learning to do YouTube. So, and I hope that translates in how I do YouTube. So, I hope y'all see that. So, and I appreciate everyone's support. So, oh, the stuff that I was learning from Crystal last night on Canva was amazing. If y'all ever need someone to do a website for you or help with any of that stuff, Copper Kettle Farms, Crystal, hit her up, because my gosh, she is a genius when it comes to that kind of stuff. So, what am I excited about growing this year? Sydney, I'm excited about growing everything, to be completely honest with you, because I've never grown anything. And I think it's a skill that anybody can learn. I always believed that I had a black thumb, that I couldn't grow anything. I am so incredibly excited to be able to preserve and can my own food and my own tomatoes and put up for my family. I was so excited about getting a meat grinder and being able to make my own sausage. You know what I mean? And being able to, I'm fixing to grind some beef and canned hamburger meat. Everybody talks about, there being meat shortages and there could be food shortages. I'm not afraid, because I know my family's not going to starve to death. I've got enough food stored up that we're going to be okay one way or the other. I'm not going to have to go stand in a food pantry line, because I have been preparing for a while, and I know how to store my own food. I've got a garden growing out there. It may not be everything that you want, but I've got food. You know what I mean? So that's what I want for my channel, is to empower people. When you open up a jalapeno that you get from the store, break those seeds out, draw them out on a paper towel, and put them in a baggie or some kind of storage container, and save those seeds, because I've got a plant out there on my balcony that I grew from one little jalapeno plant, or jalapeno, that I got at HEB. And that's what I want to share with people, that you can do, and anybody can do it. Don't be helpless. You don't have to be helpless. And that's how I want to grow Mama Z's Texas Kitchen, is to say, you can do this. You don't have to be a victim. None of us have to be a victim. And it's not saying, I'm not trying to downplay this, the seriousness of, I've had friends lose their jobs through this stuff. I've had friends lose their businesses through this stuff. So please don't misinterpret what I'm saying. I understand this seriousness of this stuff. But what I'm saying is, do not think that you can't do something. Everybody can do something to help themselves. Because trust me, I understand that it is crazy right now. But don't sit back on your heels, wringing your hands, saying, what am I going to do? Do something. You know what I mean? Don't put seeds in the dirt and do something, grow something. Everybody can do that. I went into HEB the other day, and they had, for the first time, they had packages of yeast. I bought 30 of them, and they're in my freezer. You know what I mean? When you see stuff like that that's been out for a month, grab them. Put them in your freezer. So, just do what you can. When I was at the store, Dave at Southern Ohio Prepping, they've been talking about this since December. There's going to be shortages. I bought 4 shoulder roasts the other day. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shoulder roasts. I grinded it up, making sausage. I bought enough beef to make hamburger that some of it I'm canning, some of it I'm going to, get what you can to put up. And then you know what? If nothing happens, if there's no shortages, then you still got it put up because it's still going to probably go up. The prices are going to go up, but you still have it put up and you got it saved up. Mama Z Kitchen. Oh, I'm sorry, Gina. I know I'm getting on a soapbox. I apologize. What would you say is easiest thing to grow for a first time grow? Okay. Easiest things to grow. Peppers, tomatoes, squash, cucumbers. By far have been the easiest things for me to grow. I say they're the okra. I say it's the easiest because that's what I'm growing. Would you agree with that, Shayla? And herbs. I don't know, Sydney. I don't have the only reason I say that is because I have had a heck of a time getting herbs to grow. I kill herbs. I've yet to get herbs to grow, Sydney. Sydney says herbs, but I have a heck of a time getting herbs to grow. I kill herbs, but those are the things that I have been able to get to grow. Lettuce and spinach are pretty easy if you are in the right area for them. For me, I cannot grow those because it's way too hot in Southeast Texas. And that may be the factor too for me, Sydney, is that it's too hot down here for herbs to grow well. Now, I do have some mint growing. So it may just be too hot down here. It gets hot fast. Hey, Southern Blessed. How are you doing, honey? Thank you for coming in. Would you say that may be a problem, Sydney, that it's just too hot? Does it have to be kind of cooler to grow herbs? Because I kill herbs fast. Now, I did grow some rosemary last year that did pretty well. And I grew some lemon balm that grew pretty well. But everybody says herbs are so easy. I kill the crap out of them every freaking time. I would love to grow some blackberries. And when we get back to the farm, I will have blackberry bushes everywhere. I love blackberry. I know they grow good in the at the farm is real sandy, so I will have blackberry bushes because I love me some blackberry jelly. There's a lot of plum trees up there too. I've got to make some plum jelly. I am out of plum jelly, and I like some plum jelly on my toast every morning, and I'm out. So that's going to be coming. I realize I don't think I have a plum jelly video, so be looking for that. Oh, good, Dee. I don't feel so bad then. I don't know what it is. I have never been able to grow herbs. In fact, Keith bought me a cilantro plant at the store. I killed it in 2 days. I think I water them too much. I don't know. I kill them. I said, don't buy me herbs. Yeah, we always had wild blackberries at the house too. I asked Mom here a while back if they still had any. She said they didn't. So I told her we need to get some. She said the deer I think, eats them a lot. And I said, well, we'll put some fencing or something up. But part of the problem up there they've had is hogs. I'm like, oh, we're going to be shooting some hog. I don't eat that stuff. They've got a hog problem up there right now. You don't have to water them. Well, that's the problem, Sydney. I would try to water them, and they die. Oh, is your meeting over, honey? That was quick. Or are you just sneaking in? He's supposed to be in youth. I don't hear him talking in there. They're done. That was quick. I've got a meeting right after this. We're going live church Sunday. You're just south of, hey, RSJ, how are you, hon? You're south of Fort Worth. Where at? I think you've told me before. I grew up just west of Graham, if you know where Graham's at. See, I think it's just too hot. I think it's too hot down here. Okay. Oh, Burleson. Okay, yeah, I know where Burleson's at. I spent a lot of years in Jacksboro because I worked at the prison there in Jacksboro. But I grew up in a little town called Newcastle. Hey, Johnny, how are you, sweet friend? I think he's supposed to be in a meeting. But anyway, and then my husband grew up in Louisville. So you know where that's at. And then, so anyway, there's a few more people have come in. So let me announce this one more time. So Saturday, at my 9:30 cooking show, we are doing our 700 sub giveaway. So what you need to do is go comment on my my canning sausage video, and that's how you get entered in for the giveaways. We're going to be giving away some t-shirts and some gift cards and all that fun stuff. So 9:30 Central Time, Saturday morning. And we're doing it Saturday morning instead of the night show because just of scheduling conflicts, guys. So that's when we're going to be doing it. And instead of, I'll make something. We'll be doing some snack foods or that kind of stuff. But mainly we're going to dedicate it to we'll do party food. So. Sage is easy. And see, I don't like sage, so it would do me no good to grow sage. That's why I didn't put it in my sausage. Somebody's like, oh, I like sage and sausage in my sausage video. I don't like sage. It tastes like dirt to me. I don't like it in my cornbread dressing at Thanksgiving. I just don't like the flavor of sage. Thank you, Sherry, for posting that, hun. Gina, go ahead and comment on it, honey. You don't necessarily have to be there to win, but go ahead and comment. Hello, Wendy. How are you, honey? Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. I want to show one more time just because I love it. See my pretty sunflower. She bloomed Yeah, I call it a she because I can. I know I'm silly. And my marigolds, it bloomed for the first time this morning. I just love that sunflower. That come from a dollar store sunflower pack. So, and just one seed. I was pretty proud of it. I would have planted that whole freaking bag if I could have got away with it, but they might have frowned on it here. But they have been really generous with me, guys. I have a 45 or 40-gallon grow bag out here, and they haven't said anything. So I think because the office is pretty much closed except for emergency, I've gotten away with a lot. But anyway, so I hope you guys will. Hey, Overwork Gardener, how you doing? I hope you guys will join me Saturday morning. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm really excited about reaching 700. I know it's a big milestone. I am looking forward to hitting 1,000. Like I said, I really am. My husband left his phone in here. I am working really hard to get to the big 1,000. And I'm putting a lot of effort into it. Putting 2 videos out a week and doing 3 live streams. So, but I'm enjoying it. I'm having a lot of fun with it. So I have no real big I don't see myself completely ever being able to just quit my job and being a full-time YouTuber, though that would be amazing. I know people do it. You see these people say, "Oh, I quit my job, but all I do is YouTube." But squirrel, I know. I do that a lot, Sherry. Welcome to my head. I don't know, Dave. We'll see. You're on your way, my friend. You're going hard. Sherry, that's an everyday thing for me. Squirrel. We used to, when my daughter was little, we called them butterflies. My daughter is very ADD. So we called it butterflies. Exactly. That's why you're a very good friend, my friend. So if I made something on Saturday, what would y'all like to see? Something simple, some party food. Because we could whip up something good. Keith and I were talking about it today as we were coming back from McDonald's. I wanted a dipped cone. I was so mad. They didn't have any dipped cones at McDonald's. I was like, really? All I wanted was a dipped cone. Then I was like, okay, well, can I have a cup of ice cream? And they're like, well, we have sundaes. And I was like, okay, that would work. They handed me a cup of ice cream, no chocolate. I wanted the chocolate. Wendy, YouTube University is amazing. I absolutely love YouTube. I mean, need to learn something? Look it up on YouTube. I'm telling you, no deep. And see, they closed the Dairy Queen in Conroe. I mean, have you ever, right? I have to drive to Willis if we wanted to go to Dairy Queen. And I wasn't willing to drive all the way to Willis to just get a freaking ice cream cone. Ritz pizza crackers. Now that's an idea because I could throw in the air fryer. Daryl, you may be onto something there, my friend. I could do that. I've actually even got some homemade pizza sauce. There you go. All right, sold to the highest bidder. So that's what we can do. All right. Yep, that would work. We could definitely do that. Okay, perfect. Ritz crack. If I could speak English, you get mixed up with Texas lingo and dyslexia, and Misty just can't speak English some days. So, what are some things that you guys are growing in your gardens? Are you doing, and what is your favorite method of growing? In our few minutes left, that's a great question to ask. Sherry. Raised beds. I am all about some raised beds when we get back up on the farm. Absolutely. I love my grow bags too, but I'm looking forward to some. Thank you, Jessica. Love you, my friend. I have done that, and that's actually very good. That would be a great little dessert video. Overworked gardener. Lots of big pots. Absolutely. I need to do a few more dessert videos. I'm going to do a plum jelly video soon because I need to make some plum jelly. I've got a lot of plum juice in my refrigerator that I need to make. Because I'm out of plum jelly. Have I whined about that enough? And I only have, do I have it up here with me? Hold on. Yep. Look. I only have 1 jar left of my peach habanero jelly. So I have to go get some more Fredericksburg peaches. And I've got Fort Belknap plums from the farm. My mom, the farm up in North Texas. But this is my #1 bestseller, peach habanero jelly. Ooh, that's good. That cracker toffee stuff is really good. That's crack. I've actually done a video on this. I just sent Mimsy some, Anna at Mimsy's Garden, for her to try. But I have 1 jar of this stuff left. But it's this stuff. It's got just it's not as hot as it sounds, but this is amazing jelly, if I do say so myself. I got 1 jar left. So I've got to go get some more Fredericksburg peaches, but I don't know if my fruit stand that I usually buy them from is open right now. Raised bed gardens. Let's see, what's our time look like? Oh. We are starting to wind down, my friends. Okay, guys, so this stuff right here, are you allergic to peppers or you just don't like the heat? This stuff right here is not as hot as it sounds. It really has just now, if you ate a big spoonful of it, it could be a little spicy, but this is extremely good on like fish. I like mixing it with tartar sauce. Call the fat girl in me, but it's really good on fish. I dip fish sticks and stuff in it. But anyway. Oh, that's okay, Dave. I'm fixing to wind this down anyway. But anyway, so Saturday morning, my big 700 sub giveaway. Hope to see you guys there. Thank y'all so much for joining me tonight. I've got to get to I've got a meeting I got to get into. So, yes, I do have a blueberry video. So blueberry jelly video that I did. I do have that. So, and I make blueberry jelly. I make a lot of jelly. That's how Mama Z's started, by the way, is I made jelly. So, thank you so much. And I hope you all have a beautiful night. And we will see y'all Saturday. God bless, guys. Thank you for coming.